Hey everybody, it's Anna. Time for our final card in this week's tarot story. So today we have the Three of Swords, which really has sort of shaped the way I've read all the other two cards. The three is about growing momentum, and swords are connected to the mind. And the image shows three swords piercing a heart. So it is a very painful looking card, right? It's easy to think of this card as being about heartbreak because there's literally a heart being pierced, right? It's a swords card though. So this is not about the heart. This is about the mind. And I think of this card as being the first great heartbreak of the mind, where it thinks we're going to do something, it's sort of invested in a particular outcome, and it doesn't work out. And the mind is upset. The mind doesn't like this. It had an idea, it had a plan, and that plan got thwarted. And so this is the mind's first experience because it's pretty early. It's the third step in the mind's trajectory of things not going right and the mind becoming resistant. So the mind may stomp its feet and grind its teeth and say, no, I don't like this. This isn't right. I did everything right. Or who's against me? Like it's trying to create a story of what went wrong. Something went wrong because my expectations weren't met. Something went wrong. And so it is painful for the mind, but it's not heartbreak because what we've lost isn't a real thing, right? It's an idea. The mind is now being forced to let go of an old idea. So it's not real in the sense it's not, actual human connection or an actual, place of creativity, or it's not that kind of loss. It's a loss in the mind. So this is the point where the mind learns that its plans are just plans. They're holding them very lightly. They're not real, right? Like the map is not the journey, right? The map's just the map, and the map might be wrong, or the map might change, or like that's the power is not in the map, it's in the journey itself. So the mind begins to understand that it doesn't need to get so attached to its own ideas. It needs to be open to the mystery of the journey. And I feel like yesterday's card was the Page of Swords, which is very nice match to this because the Page is that young energy that's willing to learn. Like it doesn't necessarily have a lot of preconceived notions of where it's going. It's a newbie to the journey, and it's willing to kind of follow along and see what happens. That's a mind that's light on its feet, that feels pretty comfortable and safe in the world and feels comfortable being guided. And I think that shows a nice relationship between the mind and the intuition, because the intuition is the one doing the guiding and the mind is the one doing the learning, right? That's kind of how it works. So this card is an opportunity for the mind to gain momentum. If the mind can recognize that its plans are not real and the loss of those plans isn't a real loss. Like if the mind can just go, oh, that's not what I thought. I'm a little disappointed, but nothing bad happened. We didn't actually lose anything. The path just shifted in a way I didn't expect. If the mind can stop telling the story as though something went wrong, which causes it to be resistant, then the mind can learn how to relax and be part of the journey and stay engaged. And then it gains momentum. That's where the momentum comes from, is the mind successfully agreeing to this. This wasn't what I thought. It's maybe not what I hoped for, but nothing's wrong. Everything's still fine. Let's keep going. Let's see where this path leads. And I feel like, the mind being in that position of the Page and also Three of Swords means that it is ready to be surprised. And it will be. I mean, if nothing else, life is surprising. We just don't want the mind to kind of flunk out. Like it kind of locks down, digs its heels into the ground and refuses to move forward because that wastes a lot of time and energy. It's also because when the mind does that, it's in distress. So that means the mind is not feeling very happy. Like we want to create as much we can the right kind of supportive structures for the mind so that it can keep going. We don't want to leave it where you can't leave it behind. The mind is part of you. You can't leave it behind. It's a part of you that deserves love and attention. So when the mind is distressed, we want to take care of it. And we want to help it make the translation into the next thing. Because, gaining speed is fun. Like we're moving on to the next part of the journey. Let's find out what happens next. We want the mind to be part of that. And we want to offer our love and support so it can let go of its old ideas. So it's awake to the new ones. So that's our final card. See you next time. Bye.